get a little bit of a burst here, sidestepping the tackle by the safety. The timing of the running game of the Baltimore Ravens is much better today than it has been in the previous 3 and 4 weeks.
Well, they run for 120 yards today. That's more than their last 2 games combined. McGahee again. Inside the 10, down to the 6-yard line.
The New Orleans Saints and Gregg Williams right now desperately needs a stop. He cannot let this Baltimore Raven team answer their field goal with a touchdown.
And a hurry-up offense, get right back to the line of scrimmage and get it to McGahee. Very close to another first down. It is a first down, 1st and goal. Vilma shaken up.
Jonathan Vilma down on one knee. When they get back, we get back. In the meantime, let's go here. 2nd and 15 for the Buccaneers. Down by 3, 4th quarter at home.
But they're getting there, no question about it. 2nd and 15. Here is Blunt.
Shaking off C.C. Brown, number 39. Missed tackle behind him before he's finally forced out of bounds. This is a 250-pound back who's imitating a kangaroo with power.
He's certainly not a duck like he was at Oregon. 27 yards. LeGarrette Blunt with his 3rd 100-yard rushing game. Now has 101. First down at the 12, and here is the fade to Williams. Ball knocked Houston, the cornerback.
Coming right back here on DirecTV's Red Zone channel, but we want to show you this for now, Week 15. Moments ago, Chris Johnson, look at the cutback. Yeah, that's kind of open back here. 42 yards. He is going to get caught from behind, believe it or not. But it doubled his total, gave him 84 in the game, and then Javon Ringer just cashed in. PAT by Rob Baroda's pending. It's 30-10 as we go back to Tampa. Now the PAT is good, 31-10.
A spread offense. You're running a lot of sideways runs. You have to be nimble to be a back in that offense.
Cadillac Williams is in there, and the pass to Aurelius Ben. And the flag goes down as Ben out of bounds, close to another first down. And it's going to be a personal foul.
Personal foul, grasping the face mask. Defense number 23.
Houston, so that's the 2nd penalty on the Lions defense. And the Buccaneers close to regaining the lead here.
Multiple long down and distance Tampa Bay's picked up. And now on a short kick, and look at really the face mask that goes against Ben. The offensive guys never get called for that because he controlled the face mask of the defender early. No call. And then the face mask goes against him. There is a call, and they benefit. Watch Aurelius Ben, who acts after he catches the ball is like a running back. Look at that. Is that not a face mask? Not by an offense.
Aurelius Ben, Mike Williams, 2 great rookie receivers for the Buccaneers. Let's go to Indianapolis. Back come the Jaguars. 7 plays, 77 yards. Touchdown, Mike Sims-Walker, first catch of the day. Mike Thomas, Mercedes Lewis, big plays on that drive as well. Let's go to Baltimore, 2nd and goal live.
Who's generally a pretty good receiver out of the backfield.
He is, and boy, he's wishing he had that one back. Just what we talked about. Yourself to look like a run, give me a quick play fake. Last guy you're going to account for is the fullback. They haven't gone to him a lot. And boy, that's as wide open as you're going to get. He had score. He was thinking about what dance he's going to do, and he got into the end zone. Needed to catch the ball first.
Flacco back at the 15-yard line in the arms of Jimmy Wilkerson. So 1st and goal at the 5 is now 4th and goal from the 15.
Yeah, this is just pressure off there outside. This is a great stop by New Orleans. They could not let Baltimore respond to the New Orleans field goal with a touchdown. 3 shots from inside the 5, and Baltimore can only come away with 3. Huge stop for Gregg Williams and his New Orleans Saint defense.
Billy Cundiff now with a 33-yard field goal try. Snap, good hold.
So they go backwards, but a 33-yard field goal will extend the lead to 7. 17 there, Ravens on top of the Saints. Moments ago, Carson Palmer to Rashay, to beg your pardon, Andre Caldwell, and he's got a screen, and he's got some room, and he's got 53 yards down to the 20 before T.J. Ward pushed him out of bounds. Cleveland loses Eric Wright, cornerback on this drive. Knee injury didn't look positive. So Terrell Owens and T.J. Wright have both left this game. Beg your pardon, Eric Wright, both with knee injuries, one for the Bengals, one for the Browns.
We had the no-huddle quarterback sneak there, trying to get the first down. Carson Palmer, I think, picked it up.
There you see Wright walking to the locker room. A 1st and goal here for the Bengals. Blow it up, bringing the Redskins and Cowboys as well. You see 10 plays and 72 yards on this Redskin drive. It's chewed up 5 minutes, and they've switched sides to start the 4th quarter here in Dallas. Anthony Armstrong converted a 4th down. Grossman hooked him up there. And then here, Grossman throws back in the end zone over the head of his tight end, Chris Cooley. Carson Palmer has a 1st and goal on the 9. That's Cedric Benson down to the 5. There are 10 games early today on DirecTV's Red Zone channel, our 100th show. Thanks for being here today. I'm Andrew Siciliano. It's 7:07 for Colt McCoy, the Browns and the Bengals. And the other one, Redskins and Cowboys, on the right of your screen. Games on 7-11, as always. On the Red Zone channel, you can pick one of these games if you want to bounce out and watch it on the big screen yourself. 3rd and goal for the Redskins. That's Mike Sellers wide right for the Skins, and a whistle, they'll blow it dead. 2nd and goal for the Bengals on the 5. Let's blow that up full screen. You want to stick with the Redskins and Cowboys again, it's on 7-11.
In the second half. One running play and a half. Today, it's been the staple of their offense. Running the clock, running the ball.
The reason we did that, we want to take it to Tampa now. It's going to be 3rd and goal. This game means something. 17-14. Under 9, coming up on 9 minutes to go in the 4th quarter.
3rd and goal from the 2. Freeman.
Kellen Winslow pushed off. There's a flag. He's got the touchdown. But that one might be wiped off. My mic's open because we're about to take you to another game. Let's do it. Let's go to Cincinnati. 3rd and goal.
Great breakup. To Ocho Cinco.
Let's go back to Tampa. Let's get that call there. This is 7-13. Your referee's Terry McCauley.
He gets a good grasp of C.C. Brown and pushes him off of him and goes and makes a terrific catch.
Because that wasn't a bad play. You're a decoy there. They don't think the ball may be coming your way, and all of a sudden you grab it. Didn't work out that way.
I was rather surprised it wasn't just coming to him with the matchup. Because of Kellen Winslow working against a smaller safety, I thought they would go to it automatically.
Displeased with that call.
Both of them were fighting, but Kellen Winslow had both hands inside and essentially bench pressed C.C. Brown off of him.
3rd down from the 12. And here is a fade into the end zone to Williams. And it is knocked down that time by Nathan Vasher. And now Williams claiming he was held. A furious play and end zone passes here. And now it is 4th down.
Watch Nathan Vasher, number 30. He gives up nothing on this play. Bodies him off. They're both hand fighting inside. Uses his body to not allow Mike Williams to get in front of him and catch the football. I thought that was an excellent play by Nathan Vasher.
Actually, Williams had a hand on Vasher. They could have called it on him. So now a 30-yard attempt by Connor Barth.
About to head to Dallas. This is a 30-yard field goal attempt. This would tie the game, and that's what it does. 17-17. Pick it up in Dallas. 3rd and goal here. Cowboys on top of the Redskins. 30-14.
See how the defender took the inside away? Orlando Scandrick, in his back pedal, went to the inside. So Santana Moss doesn't go to the slant. He's going to run like a little stick. He's just going to go up straight up the field, turn around, and there's a little miscommunication between Rex Grossman and Santana Moss there. He expected the slant, but Santana Moss adjusted to the coverage of Orlando Scandrick.
3rd and goal from the 5. Spin to the end zone. And this time the catch is made by Moss for his 2nd touchdown today.
Rex Grossman has thrown 3 touchdowns today. Let's go to Indianapolis. David Garrard and the Jaguars have the ball back, but they give it right back.
Still on his feet. Forward to about the 44-yard line.
Going for 2 in Dallas. Back there.
Redskins 0 for 3 this season. Going for 2. Grossman to the end zone, and Cooley crossed the plane.
That was close, but the hands went up. 2-point conversion good. If they review it, we'll go back there. In the meantime, let's go to 2nd and 13. Michael Vick getting rushed.
This one's batted into the air, and it falls to the turf, trying to get it to Jackson. See the frustration there on Michael Vick's face. This is an offense that has not experienced anything like this with Michael Vick at quarterback. I mean, they've pretty much had their way against the defenses that they have faced all season long. It's coming. Steps up, airs it out, downfield. Macklin had to wait. Get up, Terrell Thomas.
Terrell Thomas knocks it away, and a deep ball that could have been 6. Let's go to Miami. Ricky Williams has the Dolphins approaching the red zone.
These backs on the balls on checkdowns, and they're liable to make somebody miss and pick up big yards.
24 yards on the play. This drive, he's been perfect. 5 of 5, 57 yards. First and 10 from the 21 for Miami. Again, checking it down. Saka Polite with another catch.
Well, now it seems like Chad Henne is getting in a little bit of a rhythm now. He's getting back away from center. His footwork looks better. He's more deliberate. The ball's coming out. He's working through those progressions quicker. I think a lot of it's just confidence with him, Bill.
Just in the nick of time for the Dolphins. Down 17-7. 9 minutes left to play. 2nd and 9. And again, a whistle before the snap and a flag.
Folks, our number 77 offense, 5-yard penalty, still 2nd down.
That's the left tackle, Jake Long. So they'll move it back just beyond the 25-yard line.
Boy, that was really close. I just thought that was good anticipation by Jake Long.
Get a little bit of an edge on Arthur Moats, the outside linebacker. So 2nd and 14 for the Dolphins. Play action. With time. Gets rid of it. Patrick Cobbs with a nice catch.
Stay from Carolina, let's go there. We had a touchdown moments ago, and it's a funny looking one. John Skelton dump it off to him. Hightower. He's going to get hit by John Beeson among others, and the ball's going to be fumbled forward into the end zone. Steve Breston falls on it. They went for 2, didn't get it. 19-9. Back to Miami.
Makes that catch or not. Not so sure.
Chan Gailey's thinking about it. It's tough to tell because of the darkness. He's got the flag there in his right hand.
Well, that was not a very good use of time.
Oh, goodness. Now they're going to give him a lot of time to think about it. Timeout called by the Dolphins.
Let's go to Baltimore if we could. You're watching DirecTV's Red Zone channel. 1st and 10. We'll keep you updated on that game in Indianapolis.
Chased by Suggs and just throws it out of bounds.
You know, Tom, you alluded to what some of the difficulties Baltimore has had late in games. Let's remember this group, this defensive group of Baltimore, had 86 plays run against it on Monday night against Houston that they got in at 5 o'clock in the morning. This is a short week. This is a fatigued Baltimore defense right now that has to be a concern for John Harbaugh.
Baltimore is one of the oldest teams in the NFL, and a lot of that age is on the defensive side of the ball.
Pressure off the outside. What's Drew Brees got planned for it?
Pressure coming. They pick it up. Wide open is Devery Henderson. And that's a first down to the 21-yard line.
That's a great job by Drew Brees. He saw initial pressure coming off the weak side by Nakamura. You'd think that that's where he'd have to hit it, but then Nakamura this
Show you 2 games here with some big playoff implications. We'll stay here with the Saints and the Ravens. Neither team can both teams can get in today with a win and some help. It's a 24-17 game there. And then the other side, where Jacksonville trails by 7 on the road at Indianapolis. Jaguars beat the Colts. They win the AFC South. But right now, Peyton Manning has his team driving, although that goes nowhere. 24-17 the score. Inside the 20, inside the 10 now for Drew Brees. If you want to switch to that game, you can on 7:09. Back in Indianapolis, it's on 7:05. 2 of the 10 games we have for you early on here, Week 15 on DirecTV's Red Zone channel. There are 3 games late as well, including the big one, the Jets on the road at Pittsburgh against the Steelers. 8 plays, 72 yards already on this drive for the Saints. Now a 1st and goal from the 9. Brees will throw up the play fake to Pierre Thomas, and he goes high for Marcus Colston. Ladarius Webb there on the coverage. Jacksonville's turned the ball over twice, as you see on your right. No turnovers yet for Indianapolis. Peyton Manning, a completion there to his tight end Jacob Tamme, just shy of the 20. If you want to stick in Indianapolis, again, it's on 7:05. We're going to go full screen to 2nd and goal in Baltimore.
You got Jeremy Shockey, 6'5". He's got big targets to match up with this Baltimore Ravens secondary.
G. Bush dropped in the backfield by Jared Johnson.
Again, Jared Johnson, because of the Ray Lewis and Terrell Suggs, Jared Johnson has been a huge part of the success of this Baltimore Ravens defense for a long time. He is so smart. You can put him in inside pass rush. put him in inside backer, outside backer, drops like a safety. He's the true hybrid player that can do anything that Greg Mattson asked him to do in this defense.
Empty backfield, Brees out of the shotgun, 3rd and goal from the 15. Blitz coming. And Brees just throws it up in the end zone, and Moore caught it off the tip, but he's out of bounds. Or is he? They call it a touchdown. I'm sure they're going to take a long look at this and went off the fingertips of Colston and then into the arms of Lance Moore standing behind him.
Well, Lance Moore coming down here at the bottom. We're going to see the ball tips up. Where are his feet? Does he have control? Boy, we're going to have to see this again. 2 elements to it, control and feet. Right there, it looks like he has control, and it looks like his feet are in bounds. Does he maintain control through the process? He does. This one's going to be reviewed. It's going to be interesting.
Of course, it would have to be a challenge from the Baltimore sideline, and still no challenge thrown yet.
Oh, you throw it. What the heck? Throw it, John.
Yep, they'll throw it out there.
And right now, the coach is up in the booth. This thing is running through the coach's booth. We'll talk in a minute about what that process is. You really don't get a lot of information. You make a call like this simply because of the situation.
Baltimore is challenging the ruling on the field of a touchdown.
By the way, John Harbaugh is 1 for 7 in challenges so far this year.
Our referee here, about to play a big role in this game, is Walt Anderson. We'll let you know. When last we left the Colts, they were stalling and now kicking a field goal. Adam Vinatieri extends to a 10-point lead with 9:57 remaining. The Dolphins have a touchdown. We'll show you that in a bit. Here, the Chiefs are on the move. 17-6, looking to knock out the Rams.
On Tuesday, he didn't know what to make of it. Thought he might have the flu. He called the trainer, David Price. Handoff right up the middle for Thomas Jones, and Jones is
so Kansas City approaching the red zone back there. A couple of seconds. Here's the touchdown I told you about moments ago. It's Brandon Marshall from Chad Henne on 7:06. Now it's 17-14. Dolphins very much alive. 8th catch of the day for Brandon Marshall with 7:02 remaining there.
Table for emergency surgery.
And 11 days later, he's performing like an all-pro.
Yep. Matt Castle, the leadership ability, and a big part of the turnaround with the Kansas City Chiefs from last year to this year. Jones is dropped at the line of scrimmage on a 3rd and 1. Bradley Fletcher there defensively. And now Ryan Succop will come on for a field goal attempt, shorter than the ones that he's seen earlier in the day. So Castle, 177 yards through the air, 20 yards on the ground, and a touchdown. This is a 38-yard attempt for Ryan Succop. He was Mr. Irrelevant in 2009, the last player taken in the draft. So we have
field goal here for Ryan Succop. He had a 53-yarder earlier we didn't show you that was wiped off due to illegal motion. That one's good to make it 20-6. Here's what we're trying to figure out here at the Meadowlands. It's a catch and a fumble by Deshaun Jackson, and then a recovery by the Giants. Ruling on the field is a fumble. The question is, was Jackson down? Andy Reid elects not to throw his challenge flag, and then Brandon Jacobs rips off a run for 6.
Gain of 5. You know, it's a little bit like Eli Manning's fumble the last time these two teams played there in the 4th quarter. You know, he went to the ground trying to give himself up, but he had not been touched. You know, he was clearly touched.
Let's go back to Baltimore. No challenge flag thrown there. They'll be asking about it after the game in Philadelphia. Here, touchdown or no? Your referee in this one, Walt Anderson.
Well, apparently the movie is over.
The play, the ruling on the field stands. It is a touchdown.
So Lance Moore, the undrafted free agent out of the University of Toledo, their 2nd leading receiver behind Marcus Colston, makes his team leading 8th touchdown reception of the year, and none prettier than that.
No, and this is just, like you say, sometimes it's just the athletic ability, the concentration. Lance Moore, unbelievable in terms of a guy that, you know, he really shouldn't be doing this, but he really is a go-to guy for Drew Brees. You got Marcus Colston, obviously a big gifted athlete. but you're talking about an undrafted free agent as being a go-to guy in a critical situation. None bigger, none more critical than that.
So now they're so important, point after. When you're in this kind of a game, you can't have hiccups. And Hartley sizes it up, and it is good.
So that is good. But there is a flag. The extra point would tie the game. We're about to take it back to the Meadowlands and show you that play that Andy Reid did not challenge. So it's offsides Baltimore. The play Andy Reid didn't challenge. Is DeSean Jackson down? He trips, and the ball comes out when he hits the turf. The question is, did he make contact with 54 Mike Goff there? Does his foot touch his leg? Reid elected not to challenge. Ruling on the field is a fumble, and it stands when Reid held on the red challenge flag, and this is the subsequent drive.
It's 3rd and 2, but either way, I mean, you want them to take another look and hope that you catch a break. You're down by 14 points. You're trying to gain more momentum going forward. We are attempting to check in with Mike Pereira to get his view from out in Los Angeles. 3rd and 2 here for the Giants. Cheney. Too aggressive on the blitz. And it's a 1st down with a penalty. Ball is placed inside the 15. This is a Philadelphia Eagles defense that is last in the NFL in defending the red zone. Coming in, opponents had been in 36 times, scored 28 touchdowns. Just under 80%. Giants are 1 for 2 today. Brandon Jacobs for a couple over the left side. Let's check in with Mike Pereira. Mike, what did you see on that fumble as it was ruled by DeSean Jackson?
Well, I see you got to challenge that. Now, I'm thinking, was Philly thinking about the fact that he just touched the hand warmer muff in the back, because that wouldn't have put him down. But the hand does slide down the back. That's the thing that would have put him down.
The same thing we did, and yet Andy Reid put the red flag back in his pocket. It was a mistake by our judgment and a missed opportunity for Reid on what was the biggest play to DeSean Jackson all day.
And I will say this. I mean, the rules are what they are, and you accept that as a head coach. But I will say that for not only Andy Reid, but all head coaches around the league, they got enough to worry about during the course of a game. I've always maintained it should not be the head coach's responsibility to determine whether or not a play should be challenged. I mean, they're trying to be a head coach and get their own team, to play, and they shouldn't then have to have the responsibility of making sure the officials are getting calls right on the field also.
3rd and 5.
All right, let's go to Dallas. You won't believe what just happened. Let's show it to you. Rex Grossman has his second 4-touchdown game of his career. They went for 2 and got it. We are tied 30-30. Rex and the Redskins with the Cowboys here in Indianapolis. Moments ago, Jacksonville, 4th and 2, went for it.
With someone else. There's Jones, number 33 on the right-hand side. And you can see he goes right in. Jordan Black, his tackle, I believe is Robert Mathis. And you could see Jones went in below the waist. That is a player safety issue, and what a monster penalty. Jacksonville has to punt this away.
On 4 and 17, still 7:27 to play here in the 4th quarter.
You can hit that guy while he's engaged, but it's got to be up above the waist.
Blair White back at his own 10-yard line for the
Let's get out of here. They're going to punt. It looked like the Jaguars had converted on 4th down. It's not going to work. Here in Baltimore, big play for Ray Rice, and then a Roman Harper personal foul there at the end gives the Ravens 15 more. They're on the 15.
Dan, he'll get it here. Now remember, this is where Baltimore got bottled up their last drive. They had 1st and goal at the 5-yard line. 4th and goal from the 15, and that is
looks like the Browns aren't done yet. Let's go to Cincinnati. Ohio State's own Brian Robisky in the Battle of Ohio. Jump ball wins it. It's a 46-yard touchdown from Colt McCoy, 1917. Still 2:13 remaining and the 2-minute warning there. Back to Baltimore, tied up at 24.
For field goals, New Orleans capable of going back down and scoring a touchdown. They need a touchdown here.
Yep, step for step with Hushmanzada.
And Baltimore has the size in its receiving core with Anquan Bolden, T.J. Houshmandzadeh. They miss Todd Heap. Having no Todd Heap, and they've got enough size in the receiving core that they can get those one-on-one matchups in these reduced zones in the red zone.
Well, I mean, these wide receivers have done nothing for the Ravens.
Yeah, it's been all running game and throwing to Ray Rice on screens, and they motion him out right here.
Fake one way. Houshmandzadeh. Did he have it? No, they're saying he's out of bounds. He didn't have control as he was juggling that ball, and hopefully TJ's all right. That's backpedaling into a tunnel.
Real quick, let's go to Tampa. 17-17, back from the 2-minute warning.
It was the veteran who encroached, first down, and here's Carnell Williams. And the Lions don't give him much, and Levy makes the stop.
Let's go back to Baltimore. T.J. Houshmandzadeh out of the back of the end zone, which means Billy Cundiff field goal time to potentially give the Ravens the lead.
We're going to find out if Parr can win, because the Ravens again will send out the field goal unit. And meaning by Parr, field goals are par, the birdies are touchdowns.
Well, we went 4 games in our Super Bowl run with that 4 full games without scoring a touchdown at all. So I can sympathize with this group. No touchdowns and a half. That's no big deal.
32-yard field goal try. It is good.
So there, 27-24, Baltimore takes the lead. Still, though, 10:03 remaining. Back in Cincinnati after that Browns touchdown, Brian Robisky, Cleveland decides to go onside kick with the 2-minute warning and 2 timeouts still remaining. And it worked. Quan Cosby there, number 12, in traffic. Pulled it in between Titus Brown and Mike Adams, and Cincinnati takes over. They are now at the 2-minute warning. Let's go to St. Louis. There's a challenge here. Did Denario Alexander catch this ball or not? Ron Winter trying to decide. Ruled on the field to catch. Todd Haley will challenge.
And Ron isn't finished.
Well, they got to go back now and see where the ball was spotted, the time on the clock, all those things. This will bring up a 4th down for the Rams.
10:57 to go in the 4th. Kansas City in control here with a 20-6 lead. And it looks like they'll be getting the football back.
After review, the receiver did not control the ball. The ball hit the ground. Therefore, it is an incomplete pass. Kansas City has not charged a timeout. However, second and final.
Let's go to Indianapolis. Check in there moments ago on 3rd and 7. Peyton Manning scrambled in his own end zone, rolled left, and completed a pass for first down yardage to keep it alive for the Colts. Reggie Wayne brought it in. They do not have to punt. You see the timeouts there. 2 remaining for Jacksonville, 3 for Indy. Here's Sal Fasano, a catch here for the Dolphins. Anthony Fasano, beg your pardon. I always mix him up with the former veteran journeyman catcher. It's Anthony Fasano. More importantly, there's Dan Carpenter, who's missed 2 long field goals, warming at the sideline in a 3-point game.
From the 31, hit Ricky Williams. Carpenter missing today from 48, 61, and 53 yards out.
He's had some games, Bill, where he's had...
Quickly, let's go to Tampa. 3rd and 7 here. Buccaneers tied with the Lions. 1:50 remaining.
You see the Ravens have gone ahead of the Saints 27-24 with 10 minutes remaining in that game in Baltimore.
Now here at 3rd and 7, here's your classic dilemma, because if you don't get it, there's still plenty of time because Detroit can use their last timeout before you kick the field goal. Do you do some type of a bootleg and trust Josh Freeman with the ball in his hands with a run-pass option?
3rd down and 7. So will Josh Freeman lead yet another Tampa Bay comeback? Lions have only 1 timeout left. Ernest Graham lining up behind Freeman. Quarterback sneak or quarterback draw, and Freeman will get inside the 10. So they played it safe.
Let's go to the Meadowlands. The Eagles answer with this. Andy Reid does not in any way have to challenge. Michael Vick to Brett Selleck. 65 yards. Big block from Jeremy Maclin at the 15, and he scores. 17 is the score.
A game against the Cincinnati Bengals in October with that opportunity here with 1:44 to go. Ball is on the 8.
Remember, the Lions are out of timeouts. Okay? See, the lights are gone. But that tells you also they can't ice the kicker now. It can't be that late call to try and ice him.
Yes, good point. 26-yard attempt by Barth, who kicked a 30-yarder here in the fourth to tie the game.
Field goal good by Connor Barth. Gives the Bucs the lead. Let's go to Dallas. Rex Grossman, third down, tie game.
Grossman on third down, complete to Coley for a first down. Chris Coley, who had a quiet first half, no receptions, coming alive. The fourth quarter, a 17-yard pass play. One more time.
Let's go back to the Meadowlands. Look what the Eagles just did. Onside kick, and Riley Cooper, the rookie out of Florida, got it.
At the time that Akers started to address the football, they were turning and running, anticipating the deep kickoff, and it was just a perfect kick also by David Akers.
It's got to go 10 yards. It did. And the Eagles, who are seconds off that 65-yarder to Selleck, will line up at their own 43, down by 14 points.
Well, and remember, I mean, the Eagles have beat a lot of teams in the fourth quarter, including the New York Giants just 4 weeks ago. It's a team that rallies late in games, and right now, defensively, I've got to think that you're just getting a little bit nervous.
The shotgun, Vick, backpedaling, hits Deshaun Jackson. And Jackson picks up a first down.
Let's go to game 3 quickly. Let's go to Miami. Dan Carpenter, another long one. He has missed 3 today. He has now missed 4 today with 1:48 remaining. Buffalo hangs on to a 3-point lead.
Yeah, and that just doesn't happen. You know, that's a lot of practice. Out there on the practice fields trying to get that bounced and get it at just the right distance.
Sidesteps a sack, and now we'll take it right up the middle of the field. Slides down head first inside the 10.
Well, Deion Grant had a free run at Michael Vick. They were making these plays in the first half, but Vick just makes a great athletic move there and gets underneath him, and then they're in man coverage on the back end of that, and nobody accounting for the quarterback. Once he breaks that contain right there, there's just nobody there because they're all running with their back to the quarterback.
That's a season-long 35-yard run by Vick. Snap again. Vick looking for Jackson, incomplete.
Back here, a couple of seconds. You're watching DirecTV's Red Zone channel. Want to show you this quickly in Tennessee. After a review on a Danny Ware fumble, touchdown to Kevin Walter, 31-17. Still a lot of time there. 6.5 to go. Let's go back to the Meadowlands.
100 yards rushing for the season. Second and goal. Wrestled down by Tuck. Ball came out. They're calling the play dead. Gene Gillis gets on top of it anyway.
Correction, it was Derek Ward fumble, not Danny Ware. Irrelevant. Look what just happened in Tampa. Drew Stanton to Calvin Johnson.
Throw it to him and take my chances no matter what. And that seems to be what Scott Linehan has told Drew Stanton. Anytime you see him singled up, you get it out to number 81 and let him make plays. And right now, they appear to be in field goal range. But remember, Jason Hanson, their all-pro kicker, is not playing to the hands of Dave Rayner.
Down at the 22 after the 23-yard pass play. Quickly, the Lions have come down the field. And this pass in the air and deflected away as Myron Lewis, the rookie nickelback, battling Brian Johnson, incomplete. And it stops the clock with 28 seconds left.
Throw to the outside to Brian Johnson. And driving on the football was Myron Lewis to break it up. Right now, Scott Linehan, the offensive coordinator, is in that classic, like a baseball manager going to his pitcher.
Let's bring in the NFC East if we could here. 31-17. The Eagles are driving. Still plenty of time. Second and goal from just shy of the 4-yard line. 5:40 remaining at the Meadowlands. Second and 10 meantime for Drew Stanton. He's going for the 22. Vick's pass knocked down. Stanton left side. Incomplete. Over the head of Bryant Johnson. Coming down the stretch here, the early games, week 15 on DirecTV's Red Zone channel. What a perfect way to end these 10 early games on our 100th show. You can pick either of these games, 7-12 for the Meadowlands, 7-13 for Raymond James Stadium. Also keeping an eye on Jacksonville and Indianapolis. The Jaguars have a first and goal. 2:04 remaining, down 10 in Indy. Now second and goal. It's third and goal for Vick. Still 5:32 remaining, again from the 4. Quarterback draw, touchdown, Philadelphia Eagles. Drew Stanton to throw.
To stop the clock.
Clock it right now.
And they do with 8 seconds. So now the question is, with 8 seconds to go, do you take a chance for one play in the end zone before you try for a tying field goal?
This is going to tell you about the trust of Drew, what they feel in Drew Stanton and how he's grown. I think they take one shot at the end zone here with the idea that if it's incomplete, they kick the field goal. Because when you're 3-10, Dick, on the road, trying to get to overtime.
Johnson to the bottom of your picture.
You're Tampa and you don't double cover him, you've made a mistake.
Here is Stanton's throw into the end zone, tipped away. Ince with a terrific job against Calvin Johnson. And it is 4th down.
And this is really good coverage by the rookie from Vanderbilt. He fights the stronger Calvin Johnson, pins him to the sideline, and makes a really nice play on the football, which brings on the field goal unit.
3 seconds remaining. So, with no Jason Hanson, they got to rely on Dave Rayner. 41-yarder. This is a 28-yard field goal to tie the game. And it's good, and the Lions, as time runs out.
And we are tied. Drew Stanton leads them down the field for the field goal. 20-20 going to overtime at Raymond James. Here, 2-minute warning, Cowboys in Redskins territory, and then some. Miles Austin to the 30.
Austin takes it inside the 30. Picks up a first down, and the Redskins stop the clock. They use a timeout with 1:52 remaining.
They know that Dallas has now gotten into field goal range, so they're going to need some time on the clock.
We're going to go to Miami. Dolphins out of timeout. Buffalo has 2. 30 seconds remaining. Bills by 3.
Right there, Brandon Marshall. It's a big receiver. You got to give him a chance to make a play.
He continues to run.
It's on Ricky Williams. Ricky's got to get out of bounds in that situation.
This is an ugly ending. Finally stops the clock with 5 seconds left.
This is it. This is their last play. As they can't even get lined up. You have players walking back to the huddle. Better off in this situation just throwing it away. That doesn't help you. These 3- and 4-yard gains don't help you at all. Throw the ball away. Now the dilemma they have is that Chad Henne can't throw the ball.
Let's go to Indianapolis. 1:59 remaining. Back for the 2-minute warning.
Handles the high snap, throws over the middle, touchdown to Mike Sims Walker.
Well, this is about to get
27-23. Let's go back to Miami. Time winding down.
Anything to keep it going. And that is how the game and the Dolphins hope.
Buffalo beats Miami 17-14. If the Ravens hang on and the Jets win later today in Pittsburgh, the Dolphins are out.
Without the support of the running game that he's typically afforded, he's been outstanding.
Down to the ground with Bradshaw. Pickup of 7. Ahmad Bradshaw brought down by Cheney, and we're under 5 to go. For Manningham, you saw his first 100-yard receiving day of the season, 3rd career. And he's got 2 touchdowns, does have that fumble.
There are only 3 late games, and they're about to get going. If you're watching us on 7-14, 7-15, or 7-16 on your NFL Sunday Ticket on DirecTV, you're about to get your late action. Red Zone channel continues on 7:03.
Shaw, short of a first down. And Philadelphia will take a timeout.
Let's go to Dallas, 26-yard line. 3rd and 6 for the Cowboys.
Good time for a little play action right here.
Now you want to keep that clock rolling, Tony. I'd be surprised if this ball wasn't handed off.
It's Choice. And he is stopped a yard shy. Taken down at the 21.
Right at the end of this, see if Tashard Choice, now remember, he had the critical fumble in the Week 1 game, so he's going to be real conscious of not making sure that ball doesn't come loose. If he could have realized where he was and stretched forward, he might have been able to get real close to this first down marker.
Cowboys will let the clock run down to 54 seconds. Ball's at the 21.
Let's split the screen, and if we could, bring in Indianapolis. The Jaguars attempted an onside kick moments ago, but there was a flag on the play with 1:54 remaining. Colts have 2 timeouts. Jaguars have 1. If you could read that, Jacksonville clinches the South with that win today. Indianapolis can clinch the South by winning its final 3 games. 39-yard field goal try coming up here for David Beeler. Let's go full screen on that. As we do, I'll tell you, Steven Jackson just scored for the Rams, and the Lions have the ball first possession in overtime at Raymond James.
First kick, is good.
Field goal good. David Beeler, Jason Garrett, Jerry Jones take the lead. Onside kick time at
Well, I talked about 3 options. We saw them try to execute the one where the kicker was going to try to recover it himself. They had to go back over and regroup because of that Colts timeout. You got to wonder if they'll come back and try the exact same one again or if they'll go to a different option.
Scobie rolls it along the ground.
About that. 33-24, Taiwan, I beg your pardon, Cavell Connor with that return there. Here's the touchdown moments ago, Steven Jackson to make it a 1-touchdown game, 20-13, 4:04 remaining. Let's go to Tampa. Maurice Morris, a 26-yarder. Javin Best, a 14-yarder. The Lions across midfield, overtime.
And there is Dave Rayner, who tied it up his career long. The Eagles on the road 4 years ago.
So they're almost at that range now.
Third down and ruled a catch by Calvin Johnson. He kept both feet in bounds before he fell out.
Look at that route. Sends Elbert Mack flying by. Great agility and gets both feet down on the sideline.
Buccaneers call a timeout. Each team gets 2 in overtime, and Calvin Johnson with 10 catches.
It was Taiwan Hagler who had that return there for the Colts. Quickly go to the Meadowlands, 2nd and 11, and now all of a sudden a 1-score game. Philadelphia is out of timeouts.
On 2nd down, picks up 3. And these two teams have been doing this since the beginning. Each other after the play. Bradshaw took it to the 41, 3rd and long coming up. And the Eagles are out of timeouts. 3rd and 8.
Well, it's an NFC East heavyweight fight in both of these teams, and they understand what's at stake. This game takes the lead, a 1-game lead in the division.
Giants are not in field goal range for Tynes. Manning off his back foot, incomplete. And not only does this...
Let's go to Tampa quickly from the 25-yard line. The Lions at overtime will keep it on the ground and enter the red zone.
Right now, it's about a 36-yard field goal right at this point. 20-20 to score.
You're sitting right there in the middle of the post. Jim Schwartz is contemplating, when do I kick it? Because I think you might think about kicking it on 3rd down. In case something goes wrong, you might have a second chance to kick it on 4th down.
2nd down and 4. Here's Morris. And let's see what Jim Schwartz
getting back here in a couple of seconds. Looks like the Lions could end a 26-game road losing streak. Look at this moments ago. Jamal Charles in a 2013 game is off to the races. Can Ron Bartel catch him? Yes, inside the 5, but Charles is injured. Looks like his right leg. You see him calling for the trainer, holding that right leg in the air, holding the back of his hamstring after an 80-yard run. Is it a hammy? Is it an ankle? They put a towel over his ankle when the training staff got down there. Either way, injury timeout, but the Chiefs in the red zone when they get back.
And here's Morris. You're right. And he doesn't get it. It'll be about 1.5 yards shy. So the kicker ready to come on the field. Dave Rayner, no call yet. It is 4th down and about 1.5 yards. Why tempt fate? Dave Rayner is coming on to try to win it for the Lions. And look at what's at stake for the Lions. Chance to end the longest road losing streak in history. 26 games. And boy, the Lions have had miseries, haven't they, in the last decade? To win the game, and a timeout called by Raheem Morris. So he iced them there. Raheem Morris. Now the Lions have called a timeout. So Morris did not attempt to ice him.
But what happened was the clock was ticking down on the Lions. And the Lions were worried about the clock running out before they got the field goal kickoff. And Jim Schwartz...
Timeout here as they sort it out. Let's go to Dallas. 13 seconds remaining. Redskins out of timeouts. 7 career game-winning drives in the 4th down and overtime for Rex Grossman. Does he have a miracle?
Grossman on 3rd down. He throws and it's picked off by Terrence Newman. Newman, it's his 9th career pick against the Redskins alone. And he puts the exclamation point
And the Cowboys will beat the Redskins 33-30. Here's the game winner that could end the longest losing streak on the road in NFL history. Dave Rayner have beaten the Buccaneers, their first road win since October 28th, 2007 over the Bears and Brian Griese at Soldier Field. Let's go to the Meadowlands.
See it right here, but he tries to come under the block there of Jason Peters. It was Aaron Ross. Had he have stayed upfield and been able to keep Michael Vick in containment, he's not then able to get out to his left, which is what the defense did not want to allow throughout this game.
Vick over 100 yards in this game. Sixth time in his career he's been to that mark. Over the middle of the field, pass is complete for a first down to Avant. Under 2.5 to go, 13-yard completion.
And Vick's moving a little bit slow. Jason Pierre-Paul got a hit on him at the end of that play.
Protection and another one batted down, and it's Jason Pierre-Paul.
A lot of good games going right down to the wire, including this one. Moments ago, after they took Jamal Charles off the field, Thomas Jones jumped, landed on the one, then pushed his way in. And Kansas City delivers what could be a knockout punch, 27-13, 3:26 remaining, but the Rams do still have 3 timeouts. Jacksonville is driving. 10 seconds remaining there. We'll be back in a little bit, but now the Meadowlands.
But he is becoming a pass rushing force on the edge. 2nd and 10. Extra men on the rush again. Vick right up the gut. Michael Vick inside the 25, down head first. Inside the 20.
Michael Vick into the red zone of the 2-minute warning. 10 seconds left in Indy.
Down the sideline, it is out of bounds. Incomplete, 3 seconds on the clock.
And this is, I can't imagine how disappointing a plane ride this is going to be back to Jacksonville for the Jaguars.
Let's go to Baltimore. 4th down. 4th and 8 for Drew Brees. 1:56 remaining, down 3.
Brees was signaling timeout before the play clock expired.
This is the second charge timeout. New Orleans, 30-second timeout.
Well, this is part of that game we talked about. Baltimore showing pressure. Now, normally in this situation, you'd think not. We've talked about many times on a 3rd or 4th and long. The vogue thing in the NFL to do is to bring pressure, make you get the ball out of your hand quickly, and not get the full yardage. But in this situation, I'm not sure that they wouldn't have dropped out. Drew Brees not liking the call that he had. Wants to give himself a few more options now.
Of course, Baltimore trying to keep pace with Pittsburgh. Steelers have a 1-game lead in the AFC North. Meanwhile, a loss here for the Saints would, for all intents and purposes, just about wrap up the NFC South for the Atlanta Falcons, who already have a 1-game lead on them. Sinks first to 4th and 8. Ball, and it's intercepted. There is a penalty flag down on the play. It was batted in the air by Nada. Corey Redding came up with the interception.
Holding number 74. Offense down.
And the Ravens, it appears, are going to come up. Although
Gonna bounce out of here, gonna go back to the Meadowlands. 31-24, back from the 2-minute warning. Eagles now in the red zone, down 7.
They're down by 7 and have the ball first down at the Giants' 20. We just had the 2-minute warning. Eagles have no timeouts left, and here is Selleck twisted down with a gain of 7.
The Giants went to coverage that time, but until that play, it has been consistent throughout this drive, and it's a high-risk, high-reward defensive philosophy that Perry Fuel has been running all day long.
Well, we've seen the risk late in this game. We haven't seen much of the reward because Vick has gotten loose. 2nd and 3. Here they come again on a blitz. Pass wide open, caught. Macklin, touchdown!
John McCoy does a good job in the backfield of helping out with protection. You see, picks up the blitz there, one-on-one then on the outside, and you've just got to be able to try to make that tackle in the open field against Macklin. Not an easy thing to do. Terrell Thomas, who has had himself a heck of a day, just unable then to make the play.
In 6 minutes and 14 seconds off the clock, 3 touchdowns put up by the Eagles. And if you're just joining us, there was an onside kick executed by Philadelphia. This to tie it. Akers Mahomes hasn't missed one all year. And with 1:16 left, 3 timeouts, Giants will get it in a tie game. And here's the touchdown to Maclin, his 2nd of the day and 10th of the year.
Quick update from St. Louis as Michael Vick does it again. And Sam Bradford rally the Rams back on a 4th down. He's going to chuck it downfield. Actually, had a man problem as Kendrick Lewis is over there for the INT, and that'll do it. Kansas City with the football, 2:36 remaining, and the Rams have only 1 timeout remaining now as Kansas City has it in St. Louis territory.
That would mean taking it to the 35-yard line. It happened at Dallas on October 25th. So you have to get it to the 35 to get into that exact range. And again, plenty of time left. The Giants have had no problems moving the football, but they have done it today, opposed to how they've done it the last 3 weeks through the air. The running game has been, for the most part, contained by the Philadelphia defense.
Well, it seems almost fitting that these two teams, for what they're playing for and what's at stake, that it comes down to this, and it's almost just as...
Let's go to Seattle Seahawks underway against Atlanta, and in the red zone, that's Marshawn Lynch pushing touchdown. The early lead over the Falcons. Atlanta wins and gets in today. The only NFC team that can say it's automatic.
Line drive kick. And DJ Ware will get it on 2 bounces. Room to run. Good return by Ware. This rivalry. 1 of 4 touchdowns thrown by Eli Manning. 1 of 2 to Maclin on the Eagles side. There's the onside kick into the arm.